Sat Shri Akal ji, this is Simarpreet Kaur from FJ Visa and IELTS Coaching Center, Dasuha. In today's lesson, we'll learn about the PTE academic test. As we see, like IELTS test, TOEFL and many other English-based tests, we also have an option for the students who wish to study abroad, that is PTE. The full form of PTE is Pearson Test of English. Unlike IELTS test, this is a computer-based test. That is, you have to give your exam on the computer. And your skills, your scores will be evaluated by the artificial intelligence, that is a software. It means there is no human intervention in this exam. So, this is a computer-based test which evaluates your speaking, reading, listening and writing like IELTS test. So here we learn about the part 1 of PTE academic, that is speaking and writing. In today's video, we'll learn about the types of questions that come in speaking and writing. So let's start. Here we have speaking and writing, which lasts for about 77 to 93 minutes in total. So the very first question is your introduction. The very first thing that comes on your computer is the introduction. You have to give your introduction, your name, your hobbies or interests. There are several questions on the screen which you have to answer. Along with that, you are given mic and headphones in which you have to speak. So in the very first question, you have to give your introduction. One more thing, this question is not scored. It means you will not get any mark for this introduction. This is just your identity. So you have to give your name, your future plans, why you have taken this test, etc. After finishing this, and this introduction will last for about 30 seconds. In the whole speaking test, a prompt will be given by the computer. And after that prompt is finished, then you have to record your answer. So after finishing your introduction, here your marks will be scored. The question is read aloud. So what is read aloud? Read aloud is a small paragraph or just about 50 to 60 words or 65 words, 2 or 3 lines, which you have to read fluently and with the correct pronunciation. It means 2 or 3 lines will be displayed on the screen and you just have to read them. But while doing the read alouds, you have to be very careful about the content, your pronunciation, your fluency, no repetitions. You have to be very careful about the punctuation marks where there are commas, full stops, semicolons, obliques. And then apart from that, you also have to spell the words correctly, that is your pronunciation. And there is no need of any insertions or omissions. You don't have to skip any word and neither you have to insert any word in the paragraph. You just have to read the words correct in English. So this is all about read aloud. This part is very important because here 2 skills are integrated, that is your reading and speaking. You are reading the text and you are speaking. So like this, your marks in the other modules, in the other sections in reading also will be given from this side. And maximum 6 to 7 questions of read aloud can come in your set. Third is repeat sentence. What is repeat sentence? Repeat sentence is you will hear an audio. As headphones are given to you, you will hear an audio in English, a sentence about 1 or 1.5 line, or it may be about 10 to 15 words, and you have to repeat after the prompt is given. It means computer will give you a sentence and you have to hear and then speak that sentence, repeat that sentence just after the prompt. That is repeat sentence. And maximum 10 to 12 questions of repeat sentence can come in your exam. Right? Here 2 skills are integrated, listening and speaking. You are listening to the audio and then you are repeating the same thing. It means marks for the listening module will also come from here. The 4th is describe image. As we do task months in IELTS test, This is almost a similar kind of that, but the thing is, there you have to write it, here you have to speak. An image will be displayed on your screen like pie charts, bar graphs, process diagram, etc. table, and you have to see that image, and you have, after the prompt is given, you have to get the idea, get the content, get the key features, and then you have to speak for about 40 seconds. You have to summarize that information, that image in 40 seconds. Sorry, in 25 seconds you have to analyze that, and then you have to speak for about 40 seconds. And maximum 6 to 7 different kind of images can come. These images are same as it is in IELTS test, that is pie chart, bar graphs, line chart, process diagram, table, etc. So these are a bit easy. This is much easier. You can get the highlighting features, you can explain what the picture is about. You just have to summarize it in 40 seconds and not more than 40 seconds. After that the prompt will be shut. Then is retell lecture. What is retell lecture? As its name suggests, you will hear a lecture, and you have, after hearing, after finishing, after the computer stops the recording, you have to repeat it. You have to retell that lecture. What were the highlighting points in your own words? Not as it was said in the lecture. You have to summarize that information, what you heard, in your own words. And maximum 3 to 4 retell lecture can come. Here also skills are integrated, that is, you are listening an audio and then you are repeating, you are retelling. So listening and speaking. So marks for listening can come from this also. After that there is answer short questions. These are the easiest part of the speaking. Just a question will be asked by the computer, an audio, you will hear a question with the audio and then you have to answer that. These are of general intelligence questions, very simple. And you have to answer that questions in 1 or 2 words only. Right? And maximum 10 to 12 questions can be asked in this section. Let's get a quick revision of the speaking module. The first will be read aloud. You have to read the text, the words in the text, a small paragraph with correct pronunciation, content, fluency. And then comes the repeat sentence. You will hear an audio and then you will repeat that sentence. Then comes describe image. You will get image on the screen and you have to summarize that information and speak for about 40 seconds. Read a lecture. You have to listen a lecture, an audio, and then you will retell that lecture in your own words. And then answer short questions. So for all this comes in speaking, and for all this your scores will be evaluated on 3 parameters, that is your content, your fluency and your pronunciation. So all these speaking parts will be evaluated on 3 parameters, that is your content, what you are speaking is correct or not and accurate, and then your fluency, you are speaking it in a natural tone without hesitations, without fumbling, without repetitions, and then pronunciation. Your words are spelled correct. Then comes summarize written text. A paragraph will be, this is a part of the writing. These 2 questions are part of writing. Summarize written text and an essay. Summarize written text is a summary. You will get a passage on the screen and you have to summarize that. You have to make a summary of not more than 70 words and then in a line and it should be a single line. The first word should be capital and the last there will be a full stop. It means it's a 1 sentence summary. It should not be more than 70. So on an average 35 to 40 word summary is more than enough. You have to summarize what was given in the passage in 1 line. And that also should not be more than 70 words. This is the requirement of this questions. And maximum 2 to 3 summaries can come in your writing. This is the writing module. 2 to 3 summaries can come and time will be according to the questions, that is 20 to 30 minutes. Then comes the essay. 1 or 2 essays can come, which will last about between 20 to 40 minutes, and you have to write an essay not less than 200 words. right? So multiple questions come, different topics, generally current topics, technology, education, current topics, current problems, crime, terrorism, etc. Various type of questions can come, like as it is in the IELTS test. So you have to practice different type of questions, discussions, opinions. Mostly opinion cases comes in PT exam. So for the essays, you have to be very careful. For the writing exam, you have to be very careful with your grammar, your content, then your form. Your word count should not get less, which is required in these both the questions. You have to write an appropriate word count, and then your grammatical skills, your compound, simple, compound, and complex sentences, your lexical resource, and then your spellings. Spellings are an important part of this module, writing. So this is all about writing. Summarize written text, where you have to make a summary of not more than 70 words. And then you have essay, which you have to write, which you have to practice. Different type of essays you have to practice, and then you have to write in not more than 200 words, where you have to give your efficiency in grammar. You should be grammatically correct. You should use different vocabulary words. Your content should be appropriate. You should not go off topic. It should adequately deal with the prompt. So this is all about writing. So this is part 1 of PTE academic, that is speaking and writing. This is considered as one part, which lasts about 77 to 93 minutes. So in my next video, I'll talk about the another parts of PTE academic. I would say the students who have tried IELTS test for a couple of times, or they are reappearing again and again, they should try this test, as it is a computerized based test, and with efficient practice at home also, you can get good scores in PTE. So, thank you.